Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Weekend Watch List, Episode 2. I was just playing a classic song from one of my favorite John Hughes films, The Breakfast Club. I hope you recognize it. And the reason why I'm playing this is because this week, Gorton's Tuesday Night Film Club, that is one of our picks. We're going to be watching both The Breakfast Club and then the 2013 film The Way, Way Back, which is another coming-of-age story set a little bit differently with young 14-year-old Duncan and his summer vacation adventures. So if you want to watch both of those films, hi, Gorton. I just see that Gorton Center has joined, so glad to see this is working, and it didn't take me 2 minutes again to get this started. So hello, everyone. Welcome. Yes, so back to talking about the Breakfast Club and Film Club. So we're going to talk about those two films on Tuesday night if you want to watch them this weekend, and then sign up and join our Zoom to discuss the themes and messages and if we liked it and didn't, what we thought was funny, how it hit you. Please join us for that. That will be Tuesday. And I wanted to kind of start off this weekend watch list with a question again. Last week I asked you all where you're tuning in from. This week I want to ask you, who do you identify with the most in the Breakfast Club? Is it the princess socialite Claire, Molly Ringwald? Is it Andrew the jock? Is it John the bad boy? Is it Brian the brain? Or is it Allison, kind of the eccentric loner? So who do you identify with? I want to hear. Please tell me in the comments. And also, if you haven't seen that film, you should check it out and join our film club. So, on to the next topic. Last week, this went a little bit long, so I'm going to try to keep it a little more tight. Thank you for bearing with me. This is only the second time I've done this. Oh, Kate Wildman says, hi, your film club rocks. Oh, that's so, thank you, Kate, for saying that. Guys, listen to Kate. Definitely come join film club. So, other Gorton offerings. We have several things happening in the film arena at Gorton, and one that I'm particularly excited about is our At-Home Film Festival, which is a month-long documentary film festival designed to engage our community. So to engage you, families, students, individuals, we want you to be reflective and creative and tell your story through video. So how this works is, the festival has 4 weekly prompts. Our first week started this past Monday with the prompt Gather, and the next prompt will be announced next Monday. Each prompt is a week long, so everybody has the same amount of time to create their video and think about what they want to do. Final submissions are due Sunday evening at 5, so if you want to submit a Gather video, you still can. Each video is 1 minute long, so it's designed to be not the perfect film, but an authentic story. Like, this does not have to be Hollywood quality. We just want to hear your stories. We want to hear how you interpret the prompts, and we want you to be a part of it. So there is more information on our website. As with everything I'm going to discuss today, gortoncenter.org/film. I hope you consider joining. There are some example videos up there as well, so you can kind of see what we're talking about and get some ideas and get those creative juices flowing. So that's At-Home Film Festival. Stay tuned on Monday for the next prompt, which will be another word that has to do with the values of Gorton, and it will be open-ended and fun to create. So hope to see your submissions. Next, I want to talk about our virtual theater offerings. So we have so many films and film partners that we have been able to create a virtual theater where you can stream films and you can you can watch films that are not out yet. So this is, instead of a theatrical release, these independent films are having a virtual theatrical release. So we have several films up there right now. It is the last 3 days to watch Once We're Brothers, the story of Robbie Robertson and the band. What a tongue twister for me there. And then it's also the last 3 days to watch The Whistlers, which is a Romanian thriller film. So Trisha asked me in the comments if I could recommend some thrillers, and we'll talk about that later. If anyone has a favorite thriller they want to recommend to Trisha, please put it in the comments. But one that you can watch Trisha on the Gorton Virtual Theater is The Whistlers. I also want to kind of do another deep dive into a couple of films that we are going to have for only 10 more days. So the first one is Slay the Dragon. It's a documentary that investigates gerrymandering, which is a very strange and, not everybody knows about this topic, but it's basically kind of talking about how the census and the borders determine different things within elections. So it's kind of exciting for me that we're showing this on our virtual theater. We usually only show a few films per month, so we are kind of broadening what we show to our audience through virtual theater, which is a really amazing, unique opportunity. And so this film is something that we probably wouldn't have been able to show before, but I think it is a really great option for you to watch, and I know I learned a lot watching about it. So, Slay the Dragon, documentary about politics. We also have St. Francis, which has Kelly O'Sullivan. She both wrote the film and stars in it, and she stars as Bridget, a 34-year-old. She's a nanny who doesn't really know what's happening with her life, but she learns from being a part of this family and from being a nanny to this young 6-year-old named Frances. She learns kind of what family means through her adversity and through all of these different trials that happen to her as she's being a nanny for Frances. Ramona Edith Williams plays Frances, and she is a showstopper. She is adorable and just fantastic. So is Kelly O'Sullivan. In this film, it's fun and sweet, and it deals with really big topics and emotional things in a human way. So it's a little bit of a roller coaster of emotion, but you'll definitely want to ride on this. That was a very strange metaphor I used, but I'm going to stick with it. You definitely want to check this out. It was filmed locally, so you'll recognize some of the locations in it. It was a winner of the 2019 South by Southwest Audience Choice Award and also Breakthrough Voice at that same festival, and it has won numerous awards at numerous festivals that it's been a part of. So St. Francis and Slay the Dragon are available for 10 more days, so not this Sunday, but the following Sunday will be the last time you have a chance to stream them. And then we have several new films this week. We have 2 documentaries, The Times of Bill Cunningham, which kind of examines the life of Bill Cunningham, who was a fashion historian and photographer. You might know him because he's that guy in New York City that rides around on his bike and takes pictures of fashion, or he was. And this documentary is unique because it's talking about, he sat down for what he thought was a 15-minute interview, and it turned into him telling his entire life story over the course of a day. So this film is from his perspective in his words, and then it's cut together with different events in his life. So that's a fun one we just added. We also added a documentary called The Booksellers, which is about people who sell rare books and kind of what that world looks like now that we have the internet and Amazon, and kind of what the book industry looks like. So that's a fun one too. I know I love Lake Forest Bookstore, our independent bookstore in Lake Forest. I love a bunch of different stores in Chicago, so this was kind of a fun look into that world, and I hope you enjoy it as well. And then we have 2 more films. We have Corpus Christi, which was the Polish film nominated for the Best International Feature at this past 2020 Oscars. And then we also have And Then We Danced, which is a Georgian film, and it's another coming-of-age story about a dancer and the man that kind of disrupted his track. So I'll talk more in detail about those in the subsequent weeks, but those are all on virtual theater. And now I'm going to take a second to check out the comments. Oh, thanks, Jack. That's so nice. Jack Wildman. I'm feeling the love from the Wildman family, so thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. If anyone has a thriller that they want to recommend to Trisha, I have several more, but I'm kind of interested to hear what you guys think, and I know that some of you on the comments are very knowledgeable yourselves about films. So what is your favorite thriller? Let's put that there for Trisha, and I know she's tuning in because she told me earlier. And also for the rest of us, because sometimes you just need a good thriller in your lives. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about our film partners and do a shout out. So this is pretty exciting. The partner I'm going to shout out today is the One Earth Film Festival, and this festival is pretty close to my heart. I actually volunteer for them in different aspects throughout the year, not just as a venue partner through Gorton. So they have an annual film festival in March where they show environmental documentaries of all types. They have a young filmmakers contest, which is for elementary through college age filmmakers, which is pretty exciting as well. And the best part about this is, well, there's several great parts about this film festival, but one of them is it is all volunteer run. And they do have a small team, but most of it is volunteer work. So it's a lot of very passionate people who want to use the art of film to kind of explain environmental issues and reach a broader audience. It also is across the entire Chicagoland, Lake and Cook County. So there's, I don't know off the top of my head, but there are dozens of venues, thousands of people come to see films in this way. And they come and they have community action partners. So people come and table and talk about their organizations. So you can watch a documentary and then you can sign up for an organization and, you know, do your part. Or if you're inspired, be a part of the story that way. So it's a really great festival. Highly recommend every year in March. Their shout out today is they're doing a mini festival online for Earth Day. So next week, starting on Monday, they will be showing 6 different films. And it is free for everyone. You just have to register. So I will list those off. And fun fact, several of these films we have shown in our theater before. So I want to see if you guys remember this in the comments, and I will tell you if you were right. So Monday, they're showing Happening, A Clean Energy Revolution. Tuesday, The Human Element. Thursday, Wasted, The Story of Food Waste. Friday, Why We Cycle. Saturday, they're showing all of the honorable mentions from the Young Makers Film Contest. I've already registered for that because I think that's super awesome to see kind of the next generation of filmmakers and what they think. And then Sunday, they're showing The Biggest Little Farm. So that is the One Earth Film Festival's Earth Day Mini Fest. It will be in the links on our page. You can also Google One Earth Film Festival, and really fun. If you guys want to get engaged in Earth Day in a different way, go on a hike, do your part to be outside, but also all of these films are really fabulous. I can tell you I've seen 4 of the 6, because 4 of the 6 we have shown in our theater. Fun fact, if anyone wants to guess which 4 those are. And they are all fabulous, and they talk about really diverse topics in great ways and very visually dynamic ways as well. So check that out. That is our partner shout out. I'm going to check back in the comments. Ooh, Memento. Yes, Kate Andra recommends Memento. That is definitely on my list for Trisha. I have my little list. I don't even know where the camera is there. It's at the top of my list. That one is a classic. Yes, so we have Memento. Kate Wildman says, yes, environmental films. Yes, Kate, this is right up your alley. I would definitely check out One Earth Film Fest and the Young Filmmakers. Jack says, my favorite thriller is Hitchcock's Rear Window. That's another one on my list. No joke. You guys are the best. So yes, Rear Window, Trisha. That is great. Amy Wildman has a thumbs up. I didn't see that when it happened, but yes, thumbs up to all of these great suggestions we have. And Sally says, hi again, Jamie. Hi, Sally. Thank you for tuning in. It is great to see your comments. So while we're talking about thrillers and the world of streaming, for Trisha, and feel free if you guys want to ask questions or want suggestions, not just from me, but from the whole audience, because I know everybody tuning into this is a film lover. So feel free to put it in the comments. But for Trisha, I kind of was thinking of several different things. And one is I was looking at Netflix, because it's safe to assume everyone has a Netflix account. So thrillers I would recommend that are on Netflix right now are The Green Room. And some of these are very rated R, disclaimer, but you asked for thrillers, so that's kind of what a lot of them are. But The Green Room, it has Sir Patrick Stewart, one of my personal favorite actors, definitely have snuck into Chicago International Film Festival honoring talk that he was in, and I kind of snuck by all the volunteers so I could see him speak. He is fabulous. He can play anything. I recently watched him in this film called The Kid Who Would Be King, where he plays Merlin. that's another story, definitely not a thriller, but it is a fun kids movie. So The Green Room is about, well, I don't know if I might just give you guys my list and you can check them out. But The Green Room is a great thriller, highly recommend. I would also recommend Drive, which is on Netflix. If you're looking for something that is thriller, but like also kind of cross genre, I would say Bird Box really had me on the edge of my seat. I don't think everybody agrees with this, but for me, I was like, what is gonna happen? Watched it with my brother like at midnight once and was just did not know. So Bird Box. Ex Machina is a sci-fi thriller. That one is fantastically written and beautifully performed. Highly recommend that. I don't know if anyone disagrees or agrees with me on these. In terms of classics, I would say Kate and Jack Got It, Memento, North by Northwest, another Hitchcock film, Rear Window is a great thriller. The Manchurian Candidate is great. Silence of the Lambs horror thriller. Can't go wrong with Anthony Hopkins. So yes. And then also Uncut Gems was mentioned several times last week by our wonderful audience. Everyone loved that. I have not seen it yet. Still, it is on the top of my list though, because you guys recommended it. And then You Were Never Really Here is a very good thriller. It is very violent, but it is good. Fun fact, I was definitely there. They showed it at Sundance when I was volunteering, and I stood awkwardly in the dark with Joaquin Phoenix while he waited to go up and talk about the film. It is a memory I will always have. So that's my list for you, Trisha. A couple of others I saw on Amazon Prime. The Swedish version of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is up, and that is fantastic. Yeah, and then check out the comments because other people are saying things. Like Jack right now is saying Ex Machina was great. I love the soundtrack. Yes. Yes, and I'm so happy, Jack, that you mentioned soundtracks because on our links this week, we have something super special. And another reason why I started with the Breakfast Club music is because music is such an essential part of a film, and it is just integral. And I love that song. I think that we all associate that song with the end of Breakfast Club and the iconic moment where he goes like that, which was actually improvised. Fun fact for you all, Kate, one of our viewers, has this fantastic soundtrack instrumental film soundtrack playlist on Spotify, and she has graciously allowed me to share it with you all. So that will be up on our links under things you can listen to. And that is something that I listen to all the time while I'm working. I know she does too, and I hope you all enjoy it. I can't take credit for any of it. Kate made it. It is wonderful. I'm just passing on the knowledge. Another thing that I have up there under to listen to is this podcast from WBEZ, The Nerdette, and she is talking about, it's an episode where she talks about movies, and she talks with the NPR film critic about the films that he's watching right now. So check those out. Yeah, I think that I didn't want to go as long as last week, so we're kind of wrapping up here. Oh, Jack says Unusual Suspects is another good one. Yes, definitely. Trisha, we have so many great suggestions for you. I think this is good to start each episode off with a kind of, what do you guys suggest under this genre? So maybe we'll try that again next week. Let me know what you want to talk about. Other things I've streamed or have noticed or streaming this week, which I recommend. On Amazon Prime, there's a film called Fighting with My Family. It is very well acted and just wonderful, kind of wholesome story about wrestling. So recommend that one. I don't know if anyone else has seen it. Roman Holiday, if you want to go back and have a classic, it's Audrey Hepburn and Cary Grant. I don't remember if that's right, but it is another very popular, famous leading man whose name escapes me, and Audrey Hepburn, and that is just a really wonderful classic film. A kind of in-between classic and modern film that is also on Amazon Prime is The Birdcage. Recently watched it with my family. It is a Robin Williams film. He went to school in Gorton, so special shout out there. And I don't even know he's fantastic in it. The whole cast is fantastic. It's very well acted. It's very goofy and fun. So would recommend that one if you haven't seen it. And yes, what recommendations do you guys have? Has anyone watched any of our Gorton offerings? Does anyone want to share what you've been watching with me or the audience? I would love to hear. You guys have the best suggestions anyway. Um, so please let me know in the comments. A couple of others I noticed the South by Southwest shorts are up online. Oh, Christy says, I love that one, Cary Grant. Thank you, Christy. I could not remember his name for the life of me there. So yes, so as I was saying, the South by Southwest shorts are up online and I'm been watching them and I'm going to kind of curate a couple of playlists if you guys want to check those out. Still waiting to see when the full feature films are going to be on Amazon Prime, but as soon as they are, there are several that I think everyone should watch. Yeah, and thank you all for joining me. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I want to hear your suggestions and what you think. What do you watch? What did you like any of our virtual theater films? Did you submit to At Home Film Festival and want me to give a shout out to your film? Just this is where I can be reached, jamie@gortoncenter.org. Please send me what you think. And then again, all of these links are going to be up on gortoncenter.org/film. One last look at the comments. Christy says Booksmart was very funny, but not for the kids. Winky face. Yes, 100% yes, that is very true. It is, Booksmart is an adult film, and there are several parts that I had kind of forgotten about until I rewatched it. But yes, it is very funny, and I think it has a very good message. So I'm glad you watched it, Christy. And Kate says, thanks, Jamie. This was awesome. Thank you for tuning in, Kate. Thanks, everyone who tuned in and shared your comments and your recommendations. We'll have to check back in with Trisha and see which ones she liked the best. But I know I have some more movies to add to my list too now, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you back here next week for the weekend watch list. Take care.